We all want people to like us and are willing to go out of our way to get it. After all, we are social animals. There is, however, more than one method to win someone over. If you approach them and they immediately ignore you or reject your advances, they may be less willing to warm up later on. Here are some psychological techniques for making someone like you. You guys are getting these tips for free, so just relax and watch this video till the end. Please remember to like and subscribe to Fourth for more amazing videos like this, and be sure to watch this video till the end. Therefore, anytime we upload a new video, you'll be notified so that you won't miss out on interesting videos from us. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Copy the person you're with. Mirroring is a tactic that involves subtly replicating the behavior of another individual. When conversing with someone, mimic their body language, gestures, and facial expressions. Researchers at New York University reported that the chameleon effect in 1999, which happens when people unconsciously replicate each other's behavior. That mimicking promotes liking. The researchers had 72 men and women work together on a task. While researchers videotaped the interactions, the partners who worked for the researchers either mimicked or did not replicate the other participants' behavior. The researchers had participants indicate how much they loved their companions at the end of the engagements. Participants were more likely to indicate they liked their mate if their partner was mirroring their behavior. Number 2. Compliment each other. People will identify your personality with the adjectives you use to describe other people. This is known as spontaneous trait transference. According to one study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, this impact happened even when respondents were aware that specific features did not represent the people who had spoken about them. Whatever you say about other people affects how people see you. People will link you with those qualities if you characterize someone else as genuine and kind. The opposite is also true if you continuously disparage others behind their backs. Your friends will begin to identify the negative traits with you as well. Number 3. Be warm and competent. The stereotype content model established by Princeton University psychologists and colleagues is a notion that people appraise others based on their warmth and competence. According to the concept, if you can present yourself as warm, that is, non-competitive and friendly, others will feel comfortable trusting you. They are more likely to respect you if you appear competent, for example, if you have a high income or education position. According to Harvard psychologist Amy Cuddy, it is critical to establish warmth first and subsequently competence, especially in commercial contexts. Number 4. Reveal your faults from time to time. People will like you more after you've made a mistake according to the pratfall effect, but only if they believe you are competent. Making it known that you aren't flawless makes you more relatable and vulnerable to those around you. Elliot Aronson of the University of Texas at Austin found this phenomenon while studying how tiny faults might alter perceived attractiveness. He asked male University of Minnesota students to listen to tape recordings of people taking a quiz. When people did well on the quiz but spilled coffee at the end of the interview, the students rated them higher on likability than when they did well on the quiz and didn't spill coffee, or didn't do well on the quiz and spilled coffee. Number 5. Casually touch them. Subliminal touching is when you touch someone so lightly that they don't detect it. Tapping someone's back or touching their arm are common examples that can make them feel more kindly toward you. In a French study, young males stood on street corners and conversed with passing ladies. When the males lightly stroked the woman's arms while talking to them instead of doing nothing, they had twice the success rate in striking up a discussion. Number 6. See the other person how they want to be seen. People seek to be regarded in ways that correspond to their self-perceptions. The self-verification theory describes this process. We all want validations of our beliefs, whether favorable or bad. On experiment, participants with good and unfavorable judgments of themselves were asked if they wished to interact with persons who had positive or negative thoughts of them. Participants with favorable self-images favored praise, whereas those with poor self-images preferred criticism. This could be because people prefer to communicate with those that provide feedback that is congruent with their known identity. Other research indicates that when people's perceptions about us match our own, our relationship with them becomes more fluid. This is most likely because we feel understood, which is a crucial component of closeness. Number 7. Tell them a secret. Self-disclosure may be one of the most effective relationship-building strategies. College students were paired off and advised to spend 45 minutes getting to know each other in a study led by researchers at the State University of New York at Stony Brook, the California Graduate School of Family Psychology, the University of California, Santa Cruz, and Arizona State University. Experiments gave certain student couples a series of questions to ask, which became progressively personal and in-depth. One of the intermediate questions, for example, was, "How do you feel about your connection with your mother?" Small talk questions were supplied to the other pairs. For instance, one question was, "What is your favorite vacation and why?" Those who had asked progressively intimate questions reported feeling significantly closer to each other at the end of the trial than students who had engaged in small talk. You can use this strategy to get to know someone on your own. For example, you can progress from asking simple inquiries, such as the last movie they saw, to learning about the people in their lives that mean the most to them. When you share private information with another individual, they feel closer to you and are more willing to confide in you in the future. Number 8. Show them that you can keep their secrets too. It is discovered that people place a high value on both trustworthiness and trustiness in their relationships in 2 trials. These 2 characteristics were especially relevant when respondents imagined their perfect friend and employee. Trustworthiness is comprised of several components, including honesty, dependability, and loyalty. And while each is important to successful relationships, honesty and dependability have been identified as the most vital in the realm of friendships. Number 9. Let them talk about themselves. It is recently revealed that talking about yourself like food, money, and sex is fundamentally gratifying. In one study, participants were asked to sit in an fMRI machine and react to questions regarding their own or someone else's ideas. Participants were instructed to bring a friend or family member to the experiment to sit outside the fMRI machine with them. Participants were advised in some circumstances that their responses would be shared with a friend or relative, while in others, their responses would be kept private. The brain regions associated with motivation and reward were most active when people shared information publicly, but they were also active when they talked about themselves without anybody listening. In other words, allowing someone to tell you a story or 2 about their lives rather than blabbing about yours may leave them with more pleasant memories of your interaction. Number 10. Act as if you like them. For a long time, psychologists have been aware of a phenomenon known as reciprocity of liking. When we believe someone likes us, we tend to like them as well. For example, in one 1959 study published in Human Relations, participants were persuaded that particular members of a group discussion would most likely appreciate them. The experimenter chose these group members at random. Following the debate, participants said that the persons they loved best were those who allegedly liked them. It is discovered that when we expect someone to accept us, we act nicer towards them, boosting the likelihood that they will. So even if you don't know how someone you're dealing with feels about you, act as though you like them, and they'll probably like you back. And that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like it and subscribe to Fourth so you don't miss out on another wonderful video from us. Till next time.